Hello everyone. This instructional video will cover the basics for the ERIC database. ERIC stands for the Education Resources Information Center. It is sponsored by the Institute of Education Sciences within the United States Department of Education, and it is obviously focused on the subject of education, so it's something that could be valuable to librarians, teachers, etc. A big reason why I chose ERIC for this tutorial is that it is not paywalled. It can be freely searched by anyone with access to the internet. It does contain content that does require paid access, and if you access the ERIC database through the URI library website, you can gain access to whatever paid content URI has access to that way. But regardless, you can always search it without needing to pay for anything, and a big part of the reason why I like ERIC so much is that it contains over 800 sources of what's known as gray literature. Gray literature is publications that are not peer-reviewed but may be considered authoritative. Usually these are government documents or papers, publications from NGOs, or working academic papers that haven't been published yet. But access to gray literature greatly expands your possibilities for research while still giving you quality information, and that's something that I've found very helpful in my prior research. If you just want to focus on peer-reviewed journals, there are over 1,000 that you can access through ERIC, and if you have the subscription, so that's an option too. So ERIC is a very flexible tool, and it's one that I really enjoy. So, how do we use ERIC? First, you navigate your web browser to eric.ed.gov, as I've done here. You'll see the standard search box right in this middle of the screen, and in addition to that, you'll see these two checkboxes underneath. This checkbox returns only results that have been peer-reviewed, so mostly journals, while this checkbox will return only results that ERIC has the full text available on file, so nothing that's paywalled. So that'll help you narrow your search results. Why don't we try a search? I will try a search for the term neoliberal. Now, as you'll see here, ERIC is a smart database. You don't need to use truncation terminology or truncation punctuation in your search in order to return results that are truncated. So my search results here have neoliberal in the title, but also neoliberalism and neoliberalization. So ERIC takes care of truncation automatically, which is a very helpful feature. ERIC uses Boolean operators, but they are not required all the time. It automatically assumes an AND appears between two terms if no Boolean operators are used. So if I were to type in neoliberal education, it'll automatically assume both neoliberalism and education are desired search terms. If you are going to use a Boolean search term, though, you have to use the AND. So let's do a search for neoliberalism and education, or academic. And as you'll see here from the results, you've got education and also academic results, but they all have neoliberal in the title. So what else can we do with ERIC? Well, there are these helpful limiters on the side of the screen here. If you want to say return only results that have been published recently, the last 5 years, you can click this limiter here. It shows up here and it cuts down our search results to only the most contemporary. You can also limit your search results by source. Let's say you only want this one particular journal that's available right here. Click that button. It shows up as a limiter here, and we've got a nice limited scope that still covers the topic that we're looking at. Also over here, you'll notice these descriptors. Now, descriptors are essentially terms that ERIC has indexed to all of their articles that'll allow you to look at all of the search terms, or excuse me, all of the results using that search term. It's very helpful. It'll give you a broad overview of whatever search you're looking at. And they've also helpfully included a thesaurus on their main page so that you can look up terms that are accurate to what ERIC has termed them. So let's say we're looking into commercialism in relation to neoliberalism. We can go to the thesaurus and type in commercial, and obviously we're not going to want to get returns related to advertisements. So we hit the enter button here, and it gives us 3 options: commercial art, commercialization, which is what we're looking for, or television commercials, obviously not what we need. So we click on commercialization here. It gives you a brief description of what it's talking about, some related terms, and then you can go right to this search the database by clicking this button right here. And there you go. There's a whole list of commercialization results. You can also type in some more results up here, narrow it down like before, and Eric will help you come up with all sorts of information for your search term. And there is one other helpful feature that I'd like to highlight. Eric has this little button up here that you can save your search results. Just type in your email address and click send email, and it'll email you a link to the first 50 search results from in here. So it's something that makes it a lot easier to come back to in the future. Thank you very much. This has been my tutorial video.